Hello, this is the RBA podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Carreri. Today we have a very special guest for the first episode. One-time RBA Most Impossible Play, one-time All-Star, two-time championship winning coach. It's Will Collett. There he is.
Hello, everybody.
He's here. This is the guy. All right, so first thing we're going to do, I'm going to ask you 10 questions about your RBA career and just your life in general, mostly about basketball, though. What's your name?
Will Collett.
All right. Do you have an RBA nickname?
No, I don't think so. Not that
You
I
don't?
know of.
Yeah. Maybe like Mouse or something like that? Is that good?
I don't know.
I'll call you the Mouse.
Yeah, that's
Mouse,
a good one.
yeah. He stands at 4'2".
Yeah.
About 4'2".
On a good day. On a good day.
On a good day with good shoes.
Yeah.
Compare your game to a food, and why? This is the doozy.
That is a doozy.
I warned you.
Probably like It's not a food, but like sandpaper.
That's not a food. That's
I know. That's the only thing I can think of.
The question is a food.
My game's pretty rough, guys. Like
it's rough. A lot of air balls.
I only
a lot
have
of turnovers.
Tri-Town experience, which for anyone who's not in Wayland, that is C-team basketball. A
notch below C-team basketball.
But to be fair, RBA is just kids that suck at basketball.
Yeah, so he's not that bad. He's around the middle of the second half of the league.
Which is the short league.
The short league.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's pretty short. But
yeah,
I think that the food sandpaper is a quality food.
answer. Yeah.
If you were to do a real food, what would it be?
A real food?
Like cheese.
Cheese, maybe. I don't like cheese.
It has some holes in it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
cheese. Yeah. All right. Most embarrassing thing to happen during an RBA game.
Any of my unintentional air balls.
Ooh, yeah. That happens most games.
Quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
But that, to be fair, everybody does that in RBA.
I will say you did get the ball stuck on the flat part of the rim.
Yeah, most impressive play.
Yep, most impossible play actually.
Oh wait, most impossible play.
That was funny.
That was pretty funny.
According to my research, it's only happened 4 times in NBA history. It's happened twice in one RBA season. It's kind of weird because
within like a month of each other.
It's kind of weird, but it was funny. So
that's
what I'm here for. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Which RBA player would you want to take the last shot of the game?
It's not even a question. Michael, yeah.
He won the Clutch Player of the Year last season.
He could be compared to LeBron, Michael Jordan.
Of the RBA, yeah. He's not that good.
No, not of the RBA.
Just
in general.
He is that good, like I said. Yeah. What player would you not want to take the last shot?
Nicky.
Good choice. He's not very good.
Yeah.
He's funny though. He's funny to watch.
He's very entertaining.
Most of the time, yeah, he really only has one move. But
what move?
It's not very successful, so that's why I'm not going to say it. So,
okay, you can let him talk about
I'll talk to him
when he's on the podcast.
Yeah, when he's on the podcast. There's a reason that Will's here, not Nikki. All right. If you are going to 3v3 aliens to save the planet, along with you, what are the other 2 players that you're going to pick in the RBA?
In the RBA, I'd say Ulysses and Michael.
Okay, that's kind of boring. I was hoping that you say
Ulysses and Aaron.
Ulysses and Aaron. That's more
Aaron.
More bold.
Aaron's there for fun. He's
Aaron led the league in scoring last season.
Except
he's.
You gonna give him the context on that?
Well, he had double points because he didn't have a teammate, and I'm not really sure if he led the league in scoring, but I just gave it to him because I felt like he needed a morale boost. So
yeah, Aaron's really just there for.
He's there for the funnies.
He's a locker room guy, though. Big. Yeah. Funny guy.
Yep. All right. Well, he'll be here next episode.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And next episode. So, what's your weirdest basketball superstition?
My weirdest basketball.
All right, talking to the mic there.
Oh yeah, I don't really have many superstitions, but like sometimes if I play good, the next game, I'll try and like recreate every single thing I did.
Yeah.
Leading up to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes I'll wear a headband just because I have hair in my face. Best
I've
hair.
never seen
Best hair in the RBA.
I'll never see you. I've never seen you wear a headband.
Oh, you're missing out, man. You're missing out.
Did you do that in Tri-Town?
A few times.
A few times? Okay. You got to keep the flow out of the face.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. What would your 2K rating be?
My 2K rating, it would be a 99.
99? Why is that?
Because I'm really good at basketball.
Mm-hmm. How many other RBA players would be in 99? If you were also 92?
Yeah.
So
I think you know what I'm gonna say.
Okay, yeah, we don't even have to say their names.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's your least favorite school cafeteria food?
See, I don't eat school cafeteria food, and I've never really had a lot of it. But by the looks of it, that taco meat.
The taco meat?
The tacos.
The tacos.
Are
they tacos or are they like chip bags?
Well, it's like So at our school, the tacos, the meat just looks like puke, and then they have like
puke.
Corns.
It's like pink, right?
No,
it's like pinkish brown.
Very brown, and then like
okay,
they have the chips as like you dip them in, or the milks. See,
the milks are like
you gotta tell them about the milks.
The milks are chunky. They make a really good like topping for basketball courts. Like you put them on top of basketball courts.
Same thing with the carrots.
And carrots, yeah, carrots are also.
Has anybody gotten the video of the people throwing? We'll have to put that.
We'll
have to put that in if we
we'll put that on if we get a video.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
It's almost
you guys gotta watch the videos. Okay?
Yeah, it's almost a pregame tradition.
Yeah.
At this point.
For the last few days.
Yeah.
All right. So if you were to have to eat 5 of those taco meals that you said are your least favorite cafeteria food, or have 5 shots to hit 1 half-court shot to save your life, which one are you going to choose?
Half-court shot.
The half-court? Really?
I don't have that much power, but
do you have accuracy? Are the
mm,
tacos that bad?
Yeah, they're that bad.
Yeah.
See, Jake sure has seen me hit a few half-court shots on a smaller court when we play.
It's a smaller court, so. Yeah.
But I'm sure I could hit a half-court shot if I really tried.
Yeah, for 5 tries.
For 5 tries.
5 tries to save your life.
Would I have practiced before?
Sure.
Like warm-ups?
Mm-hmm. I'll give you whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could.
Okay. All right. Interesting choice there. If you had a documentary, what would the title be?
I don't know. The first thing that came to my mind would be like the future president, because of my presidential campaign.
Yeah, you're very
Collett Kilman 2048, guys.
2048. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. I'll vote for you if you run for president. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
No guarantees, but
yeah, no guarantees.
Right. Who would play you in the movie?
Can I say myself?
Would you have time to do the documentary?
Yeah, I gotta make some time for my fans.
Yeah, like if you're the president.
Right. Yeah.
Like you must have some other stuff to do.
I can put that on hold, but if I couldn't pick myself,
Aaron, Nikki,
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, yeah, those
pretty good. Any good-looking guy.
Those are 3 pretty common names to say.
Any attractive man would be able to play me, because
that sounds good.
Because
like me.
Yeah. See, like Nathan. Yeah, like Nathan could play me.
Yeah. I also have some flow, you know.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Now, we're into the podcast now. Okay. No more.
Yeah. No more introduction
questions. We've already dipped our toes in the water.
Yeah.
No more introduction questions. Okay. We're gonna, in your mind, imagine an RBA player versus like a fantasy character. So I'm going to give you an RBA player and a fantasy character, and you're going to tell me who would win and what the score would be.
Okay.
All right. Speaking to the mic.
Oh, wait, yeah. Yep.
I can tell you've never done this before.
Yeah, no. I'm not very experienced with this podcast.
All right. Here's the first one. This is a good one. Nikki versus Elmo.
Ooh.
So this should be a dog fight.
Nikki's got the height on that, but I think.
Are you sure? He's pretty short too. He's about 2 feet tall. Elmo's a puppet though.
Yeah, I'd say Nikki's got this one.
Really?
Yeah, I think it'd be close. I mean, if Elmo had legs.
It would be close. Yeah, definitely.
But I say Nikki comes out on top.
I'm not sure if Nikki could be. It would be a close game if Nikki were to play and nobody's against him. Like a 1-0, it would be a close game.
We're just dogging on Nikki right now.
All right.
Yeah.
It depends how long the game is. If it's a game to 11,
If it's
who's
game
gonna
to
win?
11, I say Nikki's
all
got this one 11-7.
11-7. All right.
Yeah. I have faith in Nikki.
Good job, Nikki. I also have faith in Nikki. I think that he can beat Elmo.
Yeah.
All right. Jake versus Mr. Krabs.
Ooh.
You think that's a good one?
That's a really good one.
That's a good one?
See, no, I think Jake's got the
Jake
size.
beat you in the playoffs.
Yeah, he did beat me in the playoffs that one time.
That one time.
Still salty about that, but that's not the point. So I think Mr. Krabs definitely has like
Muscle and money. He has money on his side.
Muscle might be pushing it a bit.
I mean, like he's a crab, but like he's pretty muscular, right?
He's pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, he's big crab.
Yeah. I think Jake's got the height on him.
Most likely, yeah.
So I think if he just
I do have the height on Mr. Krabs.
can we get like a real time like how tall would Mr. Krabs be?
All right, Mr. Krabs is 7 inches tall.
7 inches tall. Okay.
I've gotten reports from the.
So I think because
pages.
Jake is around 6 feet tall, I think Jake would have the
in
height.
a close game, but like Mr. Krabs would be pinching his feet the whole time.
Yeah, I think that would definitely hurt.
Yeah.
So I'd say I have faith in Jake. Again, I have faith in my RBA and my fellow RBA player.
All right.
So I say Jake's got this one 11-10.
11-10. Ooh.
It's a really close game.
No win by 2. Straight to 11. Yep.
Straight to 11.
Straight to 11. Yeah, he's got this one.
If it's win by 2,
he might lose a few toes, but he'll be in it to win. Yep.
He's a tough guy. I think he can handle it.
Next one, Jack the Lawless versus Darth Vader.
Yeah, I don't think Jack Lawless,
right,
my teammate, my current teammate.
Yeah, screw the trust in the RBA. Just
so now Jack Lawless. Don't get me wrong.
Great player.
Very good player.
Great RBA player.
Great. Yeah, we have to clarify that.
Solid RBA player.
Yeah, but Darth Vader's kind of
overpowered. He's got the force on his side.
Yeah, like so I think he could just like grab the ball and put it in the hoop, and it wouldn't be.
He's also an adult man, which definitely plays to his advantage.
Yeah, although he is mostly robot, so I think
really
don't
he's a human.
Well, no, like because have you ever seen the movies?
I've seen some.
You've seen the movies, so like he got like a burned.
Oh, he got burned
in lava and stuff like that, and lost a lot of stuff. Lost a lot of body parts, and but
rough.
I think he's got that. I think he could just use the force. Would kind of be unfair.
What's the score?
11-2. 2, yeah.
Oh, oof! I wouldn't take that if I were Jack. It's Darth Vader, though,
See,
so I guess I would.
Jack, you are a very good teammate and
Hopefully
a very good player. But none of us are beating Darth Vader.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Unlikely that we beat Darth Vader.
Yeah,
he
also has a lightsaber, so.
Yeah, this one's a good one. I don't think the lightsabers are allowed. I think that's a little unfair. You can just like chop somebody's head off.
Okay.
Right,
wait, but then is force allowed? The force allowed?
Force is allowed.
Okay,
allowed,
so
because that's like his natural ability, right?
Okay, yeah, that's true.
This one's a doozy. Sid versus Peppa Pig.
Sid versus Peppa Pig. See, now Sid's a great player. He's my former teammate last season.
He was your teammate, yeah.
We had some amazing chemistry. All we did was pass the ball.
You guys played Aaron a lot, and he was by himself, so.
Yeah, we kind of just passed the ball the whole time. Sid is a pretty good passer. I think
he is a good passer.
His soccer background has like really played into that.
The RBA.
Yeah, and so I think Peppa Pig definitely has size on him because he's
him. I thought it was a girl.
Peppa Pig
is a boy or a girl?
No, Peppa Pig has size on Sid.
Oh, okay. Really?
So I think
I just looked up the height.
How tall is Peppa Pig?
3'9".
3'9".
So
that is
probably
Sid's probably like 4 feet long.
If you're 4'2", if you're 4'2", he's about 4'1". Yeah.
Yeah. So I think.
So it's pretty close in the
pretty
height.
close,
but
because
Peppa probably has some weight, like
definitely,
because she's a pig. So.
And I think because Sid's really good at passing and shooting's.
Shooting's not his strength.
Even
he was good at ISOs though.
Yeah, even he would tell you shooting's not his strongest attribute.
Oh,
so I think Peppa Pig's got this.
Peppa Pig's got this. Really? What's the score?
Probably a good 11-8.
11-8. Okay.
Yeah.
Close game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sid's close. All right.
Yeah.
All right. This one's a good one. Jack Ritchie versus Albert Einstein.
Versus Albert Einstein.
Mm-hmm.
See, Jack Hammer is kind of
Jack Hammer. That's his nickname.
Yeah. Jack Hammer.
He was a very surprising RBA talent.
Yeah, we played him recently.
Emerged from the seas. Yeah.
Double overtime win.
Double overtime win. Mm-hmm.
We got that.
Yeah.
We won.
Snatched a win.
Yeah.
For the first of the season.
Yeah. First game of the season, actually.
All right. Back to Albert Einstein.
Yeah, back to Albert Einstein. I think Albert Einstein's definitely got the height and the size.
He's only 5'7".
And that's a pretty big like.
Jack isn't that short.
Yeah, but Jack does wrestling, so he's pretty strong.
Yeah, you could call him strong.
But I think Albert Einstein could just like calculate how to shoot
He's pretty smart.
Yeah, so I think
he's probably smarter than most RBA players.
Most RBA players, not all.
Not all. Yeah, some of us are probably smarter than him. Like I'm the commissioner, so I'm like kind of like the
overseer.
I'm the overseer. I'm like the god, kind of.
Yeah, basically.
If you could say that, so yeah.
Yeah. So,
maybe I have Albert Einstein in IQ. I haven't taken an IQ test, but I could.
Neither have I. Yeah. So I think maybe Albert Einstein's got this, but very close. Very close.
Very close.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna tell you a fun fact here.
Oh.
Albert Einstein, before he decided to become a scientist, he was thinking of playing professional basketball.
See, now that's just another reason
why he
wins.
Does that change your mind?
No.
No, really.
No, Albert Einstein still wins.
He still wins, but with the same score. He was almost a professional.
No.
He got an ankle injury. So prime Albert Einstein.
Prime Albert Einstein
probably smokes Jack. He's a professional.
Yeah, 11-5.
11
in his prime.
Really? In his prime? You think that Jack's scoring 5 points?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Jack could score 5 points than me.
But are you Albert Einstein?
I'm taller than Albert Einstein.
But you aren't.
When did Albert Einstein live? Like, what years did he live?
Maybe
I'm not
not completely sure.
Yeah, maybe I'm not the IQ level of him because I don't know when he lived. But
yeah, maybe.
All right. Anyway, here's another good one. Collett.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah.
No bias here.
Yeah, no bias.
Versus Mickey Mouse.
Versus Mickey Mouse. See, I'm a very good basketball player.
Yeah.
For RBA standards.
For RBA standards, yes. RBA rules, by the way. We do have some rule changes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll explain those later.
Yeah, we can do like a video explaining RBA and its rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think Mickey Mouse is definitely Mickey Mouse is also a pretty good basketball player, and
you'd have to guess.
Right? Yeah, his ears would
His ears would
block my view of the rim. Yeah, his ears would block my view of the rim.
I don't have the height on him.
Yeah.
So.
Is he's taller than you?
I don't have the height on him. I don't know.
Oh.
So, if we're gonna guess, he's Mouse, so he can't be that tall. You're a Mouse, so.
I am Mouse.
As your newly given nickname goes.
Yeah, my newly given
Mouse on Mouse.
Yeah, Mouse on Mouse.
Mouse on Mouse. This is a good one.
I think he's got that.
You think he's gonna be
being humble and non-biased? I think he's got that.
All right.
I'd say maybe we win by 2. I think it has to go.
So we're switching to win by 2 now.
Well, that's what I've been trying to after the first one.
Okay.
I think if it's win by 2, it's probably goes into overtime.
Overtime of the win by 2.
Yeah, 13-11.
13-11. Okay.
Yeah.
And he beats you there?
Yeah, he beats me. Me.
Yeah, the length of the mouse plays into factor there.
Yeah, and I can't see past his head.
Yeah.
I can't see.
All right. So now we're done.
Fantasy.
This is the real interview now. This is the real deal.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Describe your play style in 3 words. This is a tough one because maybe airball is one of them.
I was about to say airball.
This is play style, not sense of humor, because then airball wouldn't be in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No. Airballs are a big part of my.
Yeah. Airball is a key factor.
Playmaking.
Okay.
And trying to find the word for this.
Ooh.
I guess role player.
Role player?
Yeah.
You can say that
I'm
you're
a good
role player.
support guy.
Yeah. Last season you were.
I was kind of carrying. but
You could say that you were carrying. Sid
Sid did
was
really
racking
well.
up the assists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in playoffs.
In the playoffs, Sid was pretty good. Yeah.
In the playoffs, he carried me.
He really
really
gave Alex and Ryan a run for their money there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In overtime.
In overtime, one of the most intense games in RBA history.
Yeah, that was one of the better games.
Speaking of that, what's the most intense RBA game you've ever played in?
That I've ever played in?
Mm-hmm. Do you think it was that game?
Might have been that game, yeah.
You were pretty mad at me in your playoff game against Jake.
Yeah, that was pretty annoying.
I don't know why you were mad at me. Like
I was kind of
that you're just shorter than him.
Yeah, I was pretty mad. I didn't really. Mm-hmm. That was not my proudest game.
Yeah.
That was.
It
was kind of.
It could have gone worse. Yeah.
I guess it was kind of unfair because he's like 2 feet taller than me, and he probably has like 50 pounds on me.
50 pounds, okay. Mouse.
If I'm 90 pounds.
4'2", 90 pounds. That's like a. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you think the most intense game is?
Probably the most intense game, like in terms of competitiveness.
In terms of competitiveness, the crowd environment probably plays.
The crowd environment.
How many people were watching?
So it would be probably one of the newer games, one against Elijah and
the one
Jack.
against Elijah. That was an intense game. It wasn't a playoff game.
See the crowd was.
We actually broke attendance record with that game. We had 27, including the principal.
Yeah, the principal was.
The principal was watching, and she took the ball away from Will because she was scared of how if Will was going to score.
Yeah, last play of the game.
She was a fan of the other team, so she.
Yeah. Mid checkup.
Mid checkup, she had to take the ball.
Yeah.
Good catch though.
Then my fans started chanting. My fans.
Yes, your fans.
My fans started chanting "Fun Police."
Ooh.
That was pretty funny.
All right, well.
So yeah, it might be that one because of how like competitive it was and the fans, because the one against Alex and Ryan was definitely competitive, but there was nobody there.
There are a few people. There were a few people watching,
but they weren't chanting.
They weren't chanting.
Our recent games have had people that are like they pick someone and then they just chant for them the whole game.
Chant for them the whole game.
Cheer, chanting.
And then they jump on them when they score. So
yeah, that's been pretty.
That's been a theme.
Repetitive.
That's been a theme since last season's RBA finals.
With Michael and
with Michael and Ulysses.
And then cheering for Michael.
Michael had a great game.
And then he tried to get expelled from the league by saying shower in job.
Do we have to blur that out?
Yeah, can we censor that?
We'll just cut this part out.
Yeah.
There's no way that this is making it into the video if you just said that word.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Sorry. Yeah. My bad.
All right. Do you think that's the most intense RBA game of all time? The finals last season? The finals
last season?
We were
maybe, to be honest.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that was
triple overtime.
That was
finals, 2 back-to-back buzzer beater days, or I guess not days. It was because we had April break in between, but back-to-back buzzer beaters to tie the game up by Michael.
Yeah. So that would probably be the most intense game.
That'd be the most intense game.
Yeah.
All right. Who would you consider your RBA rival?
RBA rival.
Mm-hmm. You think it's Jake?
I would say Jake because we go to Longville all the time and play basketball.
But you guys haven't.
But we haven't played
against each other since the playoffs.
So maybe
you guys should 1v1 again.
Yeah,
I would watch that.
Yeah, except I
get
whooped.
Or you would whoop.
Or I would whoop.
Yeah, it would be a whooping in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could go either way. I don't really have rivals. I mean, I guess like I play Elijah a lot, and it's always a good game.
Yeah.
So maybe Elijah.
Even last season, it was a good game because he got smoked every time last season because his team was Nikki. You guys, it was a pretty good strategy. I think that you guys actually came up with it. So
what was it?
You guys would inbound, or you guys would check up with Nikki, and then double team Nikki right away so that he couldn't get the ball to Elijah.
Oh, I think so.
Was that you guys, or was that the barbecue bushes?
That might have been us.
Yeah, the Two Little Pigs is a good team name.
Yeah, or the
middle parts.
The little parts.
That was your team name.
It's because we both had middle parts at the time.
Yeah, now you've changed, so we can't call you the little parts anymore.
We also aren't on a team anymore. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Would you consider him your rival?
Sid? No. Well, rivals, I feel
Former
like
teammates.
a big part of it is like bad blood between the two, and I don't have beef with anybody in the RBA.
Except for Jake.
Yeah, except for
Okay,
Jake.
so I guess you consider Jake your rival, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Me and Jake.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're challenging him to a fight? Uh-oh.
Yeah. Jake doesn't want the smoke.
He doesn't want the smoke?
Yeah, he
I'm gonna
doesn't
send
want the
this to him,
smoke.
you know? Now, do you think that he wants? Do you think he wants to smoke?
No, he doesn't.
No, he still
doesn't.
All
He still doesn't want to smoke.
Yeah. All right. Fair to say. All right. What's your signature move?
My signature move
The air
is
ball?
probably driving on the right side
Mhm.
because
And
that's
then
all
foul
I
baiting.
can do.
You're kind of a foul baiter.
I'm a good foul baiter.
Yeah.
You could call me a masturbator.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Moving on.
If there was one thing that you could change about your game, what would it be?
Probably the fact that I break or airball almost every shot I
All right,
take.
so
I would.
if you were to max out,
I would either max out if it was like 2K.
What about height? Maybe if you had height.
Maybe either like shooting and like layups and all that.
Yeah, that's the main difference between you and Sam.
Or
because he's a good shooter.
Yeah, because Sam's a really good shooter.
Mm-hmm.
He just spam threes.
He spams threes, but he hits them.
Yeah,
so it works.
Well, that's when we played against each other in like the playoffs. I think it was. It wasn't the. It wasn't the
never played
playoffs.
Against him.
No, I did the first season.
Never in the playoffs, I guess.
Never in the playoffs,
Mhm.
yeah. But
I think that Sam beat you by 1 in the regular season of season 1.
Maybe.
So it was close,
Something
but
like
Sam's
that.
gotten a lot better.
Sam, yeah, he has.
And you might have gone the.
I've
might
definitely
have gone down.
I've gotten worse. Yeah,
you've gotten worse. It might be from playing in the B League.
Maybe
maybe that makes you worse.
Just playing in RBA in general.
It might, that might be it. It might.
The skill level is just like
decreasing everybody's skills.
Yeah, bringing me down.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who do you think is the most overrated player in the RBA?
See, I can't call out anybody like that.
You can't call it. Okay.
But
if you don't want to say it, we can skip it.
No, Jake.
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 You think it's Jake? Your rival.
Yeah, Jake's my rival.
Why is he overrated? Do you think he's just
because
he's
we're
coming off of a great game?
Because we're rivals now, and
yeah, he had a really good game. He scored 3 or 4 points. I don't know, but he hit a few jump shots.
I don't know if there's anyone in the RBA that's really that overrated.
Speak into the microphone.
I don't really know if there's anyone in the RBA that's really that overrated.
Mm-hmm. All right. What about underrated? Who's the most underrated?
Underrated. Me.
You really?
Or you know, maybe Sid.
Maybe Sid. Could
You
be Sid.
have to be able to. If he gets put on a team with like Austin, he
would rack up the
he
assists.
just
He would
feeds Austin.
dominate.
Like they
If
would be able to compete in probably the A League.
Really?
If I'm being
because
honest.
the A League's gone.
Yeah, if there was an A League.
They would lack height though. That's
That's the only
short.
problem. But like Austin can just chuck up a 3.
Really?
Oh, Austin also might be an underrated player.
Yeah, he's pretty underrated.
He's good. Yeah.
He's good.
He's pretty much dominating the B League right now, or not
it's called
the
the
short league.
right now.
Short league, yeah.
Because the A and B League turned out to be a bad move for the RBA in the long run.
Because
So we
most
switched
of
to
us are
calling
short. Yeah.
A lot of you guys are short.
Now it's way more fair.
Although,
in my
you
opinion,
could
it's
say
more
it's fair. Some teams are fair. Well, we can talk about that later. But
yeah, Nicholas and Austin is.
Nicholas and Austin, they're a good team.
Yeah.
It's basically just Austin. I mean, Nicholas is decent too, I guess.
Yeah.
But basically he's playing the role of Sid. Actually, like he's basically just passing it to Austin.
Yeah.
Austin scored 10 points, which is close to the RBA record. The record for most points in a game is Ulysses with 14.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Granted, he was playing against a Nikki, so.
When was that?
For season 1. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I bet if we were to do it again, Ulysses would win by more.
Yeah, he'd probably.
But he probably blocked Nikki maybe as many points as he scored.
That's kind of the thing. Like.
I don't even remember how Nikki scored. It was 14-1. So.
I think he just let Nikki go by.
Yeah, he probably just let Nikki score.
Ulysses is realistically.
Maybe he's underrated.
Ulysses is realistically the best player in the NBA.
Realistically?
Yeah, realistically he's the best. I mean, I'm his coach. When I get knocked out of the playoffs, I turn to being Ulysses' coach. and it's turned out pretty good so far.
Yeah, they
Two-time.
They signed the documents.
Yeah, the contracts. 2-time.
Do you think that I should start
champion
getting
as a
trophies for the coaches too,
Maybe.
so that you could get some stuff in your trophy
Or
room?
like a
I'm
like
filling up
like a
Elise's trophy room.
certificate.
I've given you certificates
With the awards.
for
Yeah,
awards.
yeah.
But like,
The awards might be one of the best.
what award did you get in
part.
season 1?
In season 1, I got all offensive first
All
team.
offensive first team. Yeah, you were one of the league leaders in scoring that season.
Yeah, and
You did some
I
easy
would have
matchups,
been
though.
if I had played for the entire season how I had played in the first 3 games. I might have been MVP.
Really? Because you played
The first 3 games, I
think you
played
played
really well.
Yeah.
But I played probably
The last 2 I think you lost.
The last 2 I lost.
Seed.
Yeah, so I got the 6th seed, and then I played.
And then you lost to Jake.
Who did I play? No, I played.
Bad Blood.
I
with
didn't
Jake.
play. I didn't play Jake first. I played
you
someone
did.
else. No, I didn't.
It was you did because you didn't end up making the top 8 because Jake ended up playing Ulysses, and Ulysses was the 1 seed. So.
Oh, okay.
Michael was the 10 seed that season. I think that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but Michael
he was
doesn't
dark
try.
horse.
So
He wasn't trying.
yeah,
He also
Michael.
got suspended.
Why?
He whooped Ali. Like he I don't know what the score was, but it was a lot to a little, and then he left for Nikki, and then Nikki joined, and then Sam smoked Nikki. Like it was kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, I
because
remember that.
Michael was streaking the court so much, so I said, if you do it 3 more times, I'm gonna have to eliminate you.
I don't remember when Michael would streak the court.
So that was a fun season though.
Yeah, season 1 was definitely
one of the top 3 most iconic for sure.
yeah, one of the top 3.
We've only had 3 seasons. So
Yeah.
it better be in the top 3. If it's not
Actually,
in the top 3,
this
then we
is
have
the
a problem.
3rd season.
This is the 3rd season, so it should be. It should still be top 2.
Yeah,
You could argue it's top 1.
you could argue.
You could argue it's
you
top
could
1.
argue that.
Yeah, that brings me into an interesting point. What season do you think was better, season 1 or season 2? From your perspective,
I definitely performed better in season 1, but in season 2, we made it
your
farther.
team. Yeah, your team earned the 3 seed, I believe, in season 2.
Out of 4.
Out of 5. Out of 5.
Or no, it was out of 5.
Out of 5,
yeah, it was out of 5. Because Aaron
So
was
you
by himself.
Aaron was by himself, but he ended up making the playoffs. He got 4th.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, he actually took the toe paper lays to overtime in the first round, which was a remarkable.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Andrew was kind of rage baiting the whole time. He wasn't really trying.
Well, we could argue that, but
yeah. Well, I think he would. I think he would tell you that.
What about the league as a whole? Like
as a whole, the last season was the best season.
Last season, you think so?
Yeah, as a whole.
It had some legendary moments, such as the 2 times that I got stuck on the rim. The ball got stuck on the flat part of the rim. Like
one of them was mine.
Right here. One of them was yours.
One of them was mine.
One of them was Michael's in the finals.
Yeah, in the finals.
In triple
that was
overtime.
More impressive than mine.
Probably more impressive. You could argue more legendary.
It was more legendary than mine.
Yours came first. We had a lot of people there.
Yeah.
We actually celebrated like Michael hit like a game-winning 3.
Yeah, that was.
And I decided to give him a half point.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So the final score was actually something like 9.5 to
like 11
or 12, something like that. Yeah, but yeah, it was a.
You can ask like Michael or you.
I'll ask. I can ask somebody. Yeah, but after 2 overtimes, Michael and Ulysses had 15 out of the 16 points. It was 8-8 going into this 3rd overtime.
Yeah.
Jack had scored 1.
Yeah, Jack.
One could say lucky layup.
Jack
Jack
didn't do much that finals.
Yeah, until triple overtime. In the triple overtime, I think he scored once or twice. Austin scored twice. He didn't do anything the first 2 times.
He didn't
overtimes.
do much the entire season, but I'm not gonna.
He
comment on that.
He was solid.
Yeah, he was
I'll
pretty
argue
good.
against that. I'm on his side
But
here.
his teammate, if your teammate's Ulysses, you're always gonna get overshadowed by Ulysses. Because Ulysses is the best player in the league.
Austin was very good.
Austin
During the regular season, he was hitting his shots. He was getting open. Great defender.
Yeah, Austin was one of the best defenders in the league.
Their defense was scary. I was scared for Jack, especially because Jack, I was like, God bless him. He's gonna get tortured by Ulysses and Austin because I also thought that they were gonna double team Michael and just leave Jack wide open. That might have been a better strategy than what they did, but they ended up like letting Jack shoot a little bit, and he didn't shoot well any of the 3 overtimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got to show like what videos and like
we don't
pictures
have many videos.
I know. like what pictures that we have.
We have some.
Someone
we
needs
have
to
some
get
pictures.
those. You know the Ray-Bans, like the metal ones, and they
Yeah.
they need to video it.
Those are expensive, right?
They're like $300.
$300?
That's the only problem.
We have almost 20 people in the league.
And then if
everybody
Nathan,
pays,
if like Nathan got them and he came
I
to
got
because
them.
he's the ref.
I'm ref, commissioner, podcast host,
Yeah,
and
makes
probably something else. I also keep stats. I didn't do that last season.
Kind of like an estimate.
Yeah, most stats are estimated. Points are exact. Blocks are exact.
Well, yeah, because blocks aren't that hard,
yeah.
but keeping stats is hard.
It's hard, especially when you only have one person. And you also have to ref and announce the game. I'm also the announcer. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
right. What's the biggest beef in RBA history?
Biggest beef?
It could be with you
that's
or
not,
without
That's
you.
not even a question. It's Aaron and Nikki. It's not even a question.
Really? They started the RBA.
That first season.
Nikki Butler.
Yeah, it's that first season. It was Nikki.
Even,
it was Nikki and Aaron, and it's not even close.
It wasn't even really a season. It was just.
It was
That's how the RBA started.
Yeah,
we started
RBA
with them
because Nikki and Aaron would just 1v1, and they
everyone
did it
would
like
watch
5 days
they
in a
were
row.
so
Yeah,
bad.
everybody would watch.
It was very low scoring game. I think it was. I think
it was like
probably
3-1.
2-2, something like that.
It was like 3-1.
Yeah, but like.
Aaron won.
Yeah, Aaron won, but it was
not by a lot.
I feel like, and then they did a few other times.
Aaron's definitely gotten better, and the same thing with
Aaron's
Nikki.
gotten better.
Aaron and Nikki have both gotten better.
Yeah, Nikki's definitely gotten better.
Nikki's gotten better, but I think Aaron's has been more noticeable because Nikki had been playing basketball for a little bit, but
Yeah.
Aaron had just
Aaron had never really played basketball. I actually took him
in
to a camp with me to help him learn.
Yeah.
And he was hitting his shots at the camp. Like we got put in the same 2v2 team. And I think we actually got first place in that tournament because I scored every single point. Except for I think that Aaron did hit one shot.
Yeah.
The whole week.
That must have been legendary.
Mm-hmm. That was legendary. That was one of the most legendary camp moments with me at the camp. And I have been going to that camp for a while. I just retired from that camp.
Must have been emotional.
It was emotional, yeah.
Emotional retirement.
Mm-hmm. I did a 2.
Best.
I did a 2v2 in the history.
In the history of the camp.
That's me.
GOAT, undisputed GOAT.
That's me. Yep. All right. What's the worst excuse anyone has given to get out of a game? Because oftentimes people are scared to play. You could say.
I guess, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mostly against Ulysses and Michael. Most of the time, they want to skip those games.
Yeah, I think Michael, when he said, can you censor this in editing?
Yep.
When he said shower, employment, job, in the RBA group chat.
I'm not censoring that, but by the way.
Oh.
Because he actually didn't get kicked out of the game for that.
Well, yeah, but he was trying to. That was probably the lamest.
He was trying to, but then I talked to him privately, and he's like, I kind of do want to come back. I want to play. And he's like, okay, sure, I'll forgive you.
Wholesome moment.
Wholesome moment, yeah. Some of the excuses that I've gotten from you are, my shoes are untied. I can't play today.
Wait, when did I say that?
You said that season one. I forget when it was.
I probably said playing against I had to play Elise or something.
I'm not sure if you ever played Elise. Maybe you did.
I actually probably haven't played Elise before. I don't remember much from season 1.
All right. It was kind of a long time ago. We started season 2 the day before December break.
We started season 1 in it feels
early September.
It feels like a year ago.
Not the first day of school, but early September.
It was early September. I remember I was one of the last people to join.
Yeah, you
because everybody had played 3 games until I asked to join.
Well, you were watching one of the games. You're like, can I play? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I need more people. So
yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's
a
little story about
how
he got
RBA
into the
backstory.
No tryout, no nothing. We actually don't have a tryout.
Yeah,
because we don't want people to try their hardest. I'm like,
yeah,
in the real games, we want them to try their hardest.
But
that's the main problem.
It's really just for fun.
It's just for fun, for the funnies, for the podcast. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the real reason that we do this, for the podcast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the last question?
No.
I feel like we're kind of yapping right now.
Okay, yeah. If you could change one thing about the RBA, what would it be?
I feel like this would be really interesting if everybody was the exact same skill level. But you can't really change that.
You can do that on 2K.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen. We should do that sometime.
Yeah, we should do a 2K simulation.
So,
Everybody's
2K
the
simulation,
exact same.
Everybody 99 overall across the board.
Everybody's the exact
same height, same weight.
But it can't go into overtime. Like, and
What?
it can't tie and it can't go in.
So how does that work? If you can't tie, you can't go into overtime.
Or no, you can go into overtime. My bad.
Okay.
That was like kind of had a brain fart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the problems with our league is we only have so many recesses.
And Jack, Ulysses, and is there one other person? And Michael. I'll take a second language, which means some days they have to skip our lunch and had sixth grade lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a little bit annoying, but we work around that pretty well actually.
Because,
so they can't play. We try to play the other people. I just think that's kind of just unlucky that they always make it the furthest.
Yeah.
So like we can't ever play any championship games in C days because Ulysses and Michael are.
Yeah, we have like a 6-day.
Ulysses and Michael are always in the championship games.
Yeah.
I guess not always, but they've played the most championship games.
Who, Ulysses and
Michael.
Ulysses and Michael. Well, yeah, that makes sense. They're probably the two best players in the league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what do you think about? We can talk about the rules for the RBA. So, I'm the ref. I don't call many fouls. I'll be honest. I don't call many fouls. I get a lot of complaints about it. I like to let you guys play.
Yeah, I can.
Especially in the short league. Because
one of the biggest complainers is me.
Yeah,
because
I'll be honest.
It is hard to. I can see where you're coming from, like trying to let us play. That's a good idea, but like it is
recess basketball.
Yeah, it is kind of like annoying because it feels like I get fouled a lot.
Well, you're a foul baiter, so
because I am.
You gotta stop doing that. I'm against that, so I'm not calling those.
Well, I don't.
Most of the time,
I don't do it on purpose.
It's just like your instinct.
It just kind of happens because I'm so much smaller than everybody else, so I can't really. I can't really control it. But sometimes,
like your natural foul.
Every now and then, like I will get like fouled, like very obviously, like a bad foul.
Yeah,
but it doesn't.
I call most.
Like one of the examples of like the bad fouls is the one from last game when Elijah if it felt like he jumped on me.
Well, I called that. So
yeah, you called that.
I call.
You always call the ones that are like.
I feel like I'm also pretty good with. Yeah, I'm pretty good with the out of bounds. I'm a foot on the line.
Yeah, the out of bounds.
The problem is
not.
First of all, there's no real line.
Yeah,
so it's kind of hard to judge, and I also don't stand on the line, so I can't see.
Unless it's that'd be a good idea, like a line judge.
Well, I do have Alex as an extra ref.
Yeah,
I'm sure Alex could do that. That's pretty easy.
I would be willing to do that.
You could do that, but
I could do that.
Yeah, you could do that. I could recruit you.
But the out of bounds, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Yeah, there are a few times if it hits the pole.
If it's in playoffs, that's when you that's when it gets important. But you call all of those. So
in the playoffs, I definitely call more fouls than I do during the regular season.
Well,
because in the regular season, I just want to get the games over with, so that we can get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
Mm-hmm. The main rule change in the RBA versus the NBA is we have this thing called ISOs. So if a player calls an ISO, the person who is currently guarding them is a 1-on-1, and it's double points for the offense. If the offense scores, it's double points. If the defense gets a stop, nothing happens. They lose the ISO. The ISO is one of the greatest weapons.
That's the greatest. That's the greatest thing that has happened to RBA.
Yeah,
so far.
That was my idea. Not to brag.
That was
it was my idea.
Genius decision.
Yeah, so it's been one of the greatest weapons. So probably here's a hot take. I don't know if it's a hot take. You can agree or disagree with me. I think that Michael's step back ISO 3-pointer to tie the game is the
finals.
In the finals, he did end up losing, which kind of makes it less cool. I think that's the greatest RBA moment in history.
I don't think that's much of a hot take.
You don't think that's much of a hot take?
I agree with that.
Yeah. I loved that. That was awesome.
That was insane, especially because
Either that.
Because we had a huge
Yeah, we had a big crowd
there.
for that game too.
We had a huge crowd.
That's when you guys started chanting for Michael.
Yeah, that was one of I think that was my idea to start doing to get the crowd, and then you pick a person, and then like you just chant like "We want Michael."
Yeah, you guys do that a lot now. Every game actually.
Yeah, every game. Mm-hmm. Now and we keep breaking the attendance record.
I think it's only happened once.
No, it's happened like the finals, and then even more people showed up, and then the first game this year, which was
you,
my game, and then
you and Jack G versus Elijah and Jack R.
Yeah, and then who was it? Was it Jake and Ali?
It was Jake and Ali versus I think was it Austin and Alex? Does that sound right?
I think
that's right.
Yeah. That there wasn't as many people there. I don't remember. But we were also doing 2 games at one time, and it was like triple overtime for our game. We just decided to do it.
Yeah. Although
very spontaneous.
Yeah. One of the other most greatest RBA moments for me is Sam's backwards granny shot. That was fantastic. I loved that.
Andrew did that too one time.
Did he make it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It was on an ISO.
Well,
you might not remember that, but I remember it was. I think it was regular season.
Season Michael, 1, because
no, it wasn't. Did I say Michael? It was Andrew.
Yeah, you said Andrew.
Yeah. Okay. Andrew just called an ISO, just back to the rim, just chucked it up.
Oh, okay, yeah, that
kind
of
made
like
it.
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say
this might not be true. I might just be imagining things.
Yeah, I don't remember that,
but I think that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think that happened.
Well, Sam's was also from pretty far away.
Yeah, Sam's was probably farther.
Yeah, so I actually I gave him an ISO for that. I said,
"That's
screw it. That's a 4-pointer."
That's fair.
We usually play 1s and 2s.
Oh,
I gave him the ISO. I didn't take away an ISO. I just doubled his points for that shot only, and that ended up tying up the game. They lost as they did every game that season, but
that's fair. Yeah.
That team was fun to watch. Sam and Gabe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They didn't make it that far.
They lost in the play-in. Sam had one of the funniest moves of all time. I forgot what he pretended. He pretended that he was hurt. I think he was like grabbing his nose or something like that. And I asked him, "Are you okay? Do we have to get a teacher or something like that?" And then who was he playing against? I think it was Ollie and Jack Ritchie. Jack Ritchie was guarding him. Jack Ritchie he's like, "Are you okay?" Sam bolts to the rim, and then he gets a wide open layup. That was so good. Sam's so fun to watch play.
Yeah, Sam is very fun to watch play. Yeah, that's
great.
That's
it.
All
right.
Is this the last question?
Let's go to the ad read.
The ad read, okay.
All right. Have you ever wanted a wooden bat, but it wasn't fully customizable?
Of course. How would I do that?
Well, you would go to Hazebrook Bat, the Hazebrook Bat Company. You know?
yeah.
That's the good one.
Yeah.
They hook you up with a fully customizable bat and they get it to you in 5 weeks or under, which is better than most major bat companies. It's really good.
Yeah. How do they make the bat?
Well, they're handcrafted with precision and painted with your personal colors. You like the alliteration there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. Just go to www.hazebrookbat.com or scan the QR code on the screen. Back to the video. All right. This is the first game. Will is going to have to shoot the ball into the hoop so that we can into the hoop so that we can so he gets a hint as to what RBA player I'm thinking of right now. All right. You have 60 seconds. Every shot you get a guess, okay?
Okay.
You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right. He made the playoffs in season 2.
Oh, shoot.
No. Oh, no. Okay, he made the playoffs in season 1. All right. You've never been on the same team as him.
I'm not. That's pretty broad still.
You got to stop making the shots. All right. Both of you guys beat Nikki. Okay, thank God you missed a shot. Oh, you missed again. I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you. You have under 30 seconds. Missed.
Oh shit!
You gotta get the ball into the hoop, Will. Come on. What happened? Oh my God! You were on fire. 15 seconds. All right, you guys both beat Nikki by 4.
What? How am I supposed to remember that?
This person has lost to Jake. All right, this person has won 1 playoff game. Time's up.
All right.
All right, I think I actually gave you a little bit more time than you needed because the time expired. Who's your guess?
I am going to say Sam.
Sam is your guess? It was not Sam.
It was not Sam.
It was not Sam. So I don't know, but I would guess that Sam would beat Jake. That's the. Sam also did not make the playoffs in season 2.
He didn't?
No. He lost. He lost in the play-in. Yeah. Do you want to know the answer?
Yeah. Who was it?
It was Ryan Kiapor.
It was Ryan Kiapor.
It was Ryan Kiapor. So both you and him beat Nikki by the same amount, and that was 4.
That's kind of crazy.
Ryan won 5-1, and you won 3-7, 7-3. Whatever you want to say. Yeah. Well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, the last hint would have been beat you in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a good one.
Mm-hmm. I think you would have gotten it because you've only lost to 3 people in the playoffs: Jake, Alex, and Ryan. So, all right.
Wait, what about season? Oh, wait, no, yeah, because
we haven't done the season 3 playoffs yet. Yeah. All right. Should we go? Should we play the second game?
Yeah.
All right.
The second
let's
game.
go.
All right.
All right. So for this one, you're gonna have 60 seconds to guess every RBA player that has hit a game-winning or game-tying buzzer beater.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
So Michael's 1.
Michael is 1, correct?
Okay, so
That's 1.
I'm just gonna start naming off players. Me.
You have not hit 1.
Sid.
Sid has not hit 1.
Jack G.
Jack G has not hit 1.
Jack R.
Jack R has hit 1. That's 2.
Alex.
Alex has hit 1. That's 3.
Ryan Kiapor.
Ryan Kiapor has not hit 1. So
Nikki.
3. Nikki has not. He didn't score. Aaron has not. He said that he did. But I don't know. I don't remember.
Andrew.
Andrew has not.
Nicholas.
Nicholas has not.
Austin.
Which one?
D.
Austin Duda has not.
Austin Ma.
Austin Ma has 4.
Austin. Ulysses.
Elise has 5.
Who else? I'm thinking people. Ali.
Ali has not.
Jake.
3, 2, 1. No, Jake.
That was
all
it.
All right. So you got 5. You were missing Elijah, the one most recently. Did you say Sam?
I might have. No, I don't know.
I'm not sure. We'll check the tape. You might have missed Sam. Well, I'll say it just in case. You missed Sam.
Sam, Elijah.
Did you say Alex? You said Alex.
Yeah, I said Alex.
Gabe hit 1.
Gabe, that's it. That's a 3, I think.
Okay, Gabe, Sam,
Wait,
Elijah.
Can I see the list? All right, so the list is it's Jack R, Alex, Michael, Gabe, Austin M, Ulysses, Elijah, and Sam.
Yep. All right.
Pretty good list.
Pretty good list. Yep. All right.
One more game.
Yep. Let's go. That's it for the games.
Yeah,
so
that's
let's head to the outro. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna send Will home here.
Mm-hmm.
We had a great time.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
What'd you think of those games over there?
I thought they were really fun.
You thought they were fun?
Yeah, I thought they were cool.
Remember to like and subscribe.
A comment would be appreciated.
Yeah, a comment would be appreciated.
Yeah. Comment
questions for our next interview with Aaron Talibov.
Yes.
He himself is a doozy.
Yeah, the more creative the question is, the better.
Yeah. He'll have an answer for every question.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.
We'll see you. Bye. 4 for 2.